Mascara Fighters vlog. I am here with a special interview with Steve Andreno. He played Babu on Power Rangers Season 2 and 3. And say hi, Steve.
How you guys doing? Welcome.
So to get started, to clarify, because so many actors can come in and out of roles, you were specifically the suit actor for Babu.
Correct. I actually started off on the show as just a standard extra or background, one of the other kids in the juice bar and in the classrooms.
Okay.
And while I was waiting around to shoot another scene, they just asked me to try on a costume because I was the right height and had the right shoe size.
So you did a lot of background work when they were in like the juice bar and things like that?
And in the classrooms and the hallways of the school. Did a couple episodes of that. The first one I actually did, I was called in to be in detention with Bulk Skull. So I was a punk or a bad kid. So I wore the denim jacket and work boot kind of setup. So because I had to wait around so much, they decided to try a costume on me. And it fit, and they said, okay, great, we're going to give you a call to come down to shoot on location. Now at this point, this is towards the very end of season 1, so it had been on air already, but I hadn't really watched it much, being a little bit older, it being a kid show, and me having a regular 9-to-5 job. So they call me out, they give me a call Monday, tell me where to be Tuesday to be Babu.
Okay.
So I get out there, and the scene that we shot, they actually didn't end up using in the episode, but it was a scene where Squat and I were digging up the evil power coins on the beach. So the direction I get is you dig up the coins and then you celebrate when you got them. So I'm thinking, okay, monster, we did something and I'm being all evil and and they're like, no, cut. What do you mean? You haven't watched the show yet, have you? I'm like, no, I haven't had a chance to see it yet. Well, not that kind of character, not scary, real goofy.
Yeah,
and then hearing the voice, because you look at it, it's got these big fangs.
Yeah.
And I have since come to realize Squat and Babu are like the equivalent of 8-year-old humans.
Yeah, one of the things that I found really charming was Squat and Babu were sort of the parallels to Bulk and Skull.
Exactly. We were the goofballs.
Like they're filling in the same role, but just on the villain side.
Exactly. We were asked to do all kinds of the easy tasks. Go get this for us. We didn't have to fight because we weren't able to.
Well, your characters did other roles. I've seen some of the Zoo Rangers, I believe that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah, Zoo Rangers.
Yeah. Over there, they're more like errand boys.
Right.
But they are out in the field more. And I think that's where they brought your character in, because they started using more footage of like outside scenes, like
correct,
outside work.
That's exactly what it was. Once they brought on Lord Zed as the new head villain, that had to all be American footage. Lord Zed was not from the original Sentai. So that's when they're like, we need to have someone that's going to do this character all the time. Which thankfully ended up being me.
Yes. How did you get along with Robert Axelrod, who was a friend of Mascara Fighters? Rest in peace.
Yeah,
God bless. Great guy, by the way.
Unfortunately for me, I didn't really get to interact much with the voice actors. Ed Neal was the gentleman that was the actual suit actor for him. But what I had to learn, what I had to learn though, especially because my character had the open face, I had to deliver the lines. I had to, because you could see my mouth moving. So I had to do it in a way that was going to be easy for Dave Mallow, the voice of Babu, to be able to deliver the line in the same way. I can't have inflection on one word where it's obvious I'm yelling on one word and have him decide that the yell should be somewhere else. So I kind of had to do it a couple of different ways. We had to do a couple of different takes to make it easier for him to go, okay, this is the way it sounds better in his voice.
One of the reasons I wanted to have you on is because I obviously enjoyed your work, but Mascara Fighters is now using voice actors this year with the animated shorts, and we're growing the brand that way. And I wanted to get your interpretations on voice acting and getting into voices.
I love it. I wish I had been approached to do it myself.
Do the full role.
Or even, or at some point even, change over. I respect that the loyalty was there. Look, this is the guy who's done the character from day one. We want to keep his voice. Completely respect that. Voice acting you can have a lot more fun with.
Yeah, if you're gonna do it all the way.
The joke is that acting is just walking and talking. It's a lot harder than that. But when it's just the talking and you're not having to match it up with your physical, you can really emphasize things more. And sometimes you'll even do the physical to get yourself into the right emotion or to be able to emote well enough what you're trying to convey. So it's not just I'm just standing behind a mic delivering lines. You know, as anybody that's had to give a speech in their high school English class knows, it's a lot harder when you get up there behind
speeches are different, and voiceover is different. All these things are different facets. Quick question. I mean, as a fan of Power Rangers, because I am. What happened to Squat and Babu? Like I remember when they were doing the transition, like the evil empire, the machine empire came in and they started blasting them, and then and everybody started doing like a Spaceballs version of we're on the moon and we're underway.
But you never. But Squat and Babu disappeared.
They were never heard from.
Well, what I'm hoping is the reason for that.
Was there a storyline, or
I
just decided to drop
I don't know, because I actually didn't get to film those last couple of episodes.
Oh,
I had moved away. I had moved to Vegas, and back in the day, we didn't have cell phones yet. We had pagers. Well, and they were also very local, and they were very localized. So if you have a
I'm not that.
if you have a pager with an LA phone number on it, it's going to work in LA and the surrounding areas, Orange County and Bakersfield maybe, but it doesn't reach all the way to Vegas. I didn't realize that at the time. I literally moved a month after I filmed the last episode for season 3. I figured they'll call me when they're ready. I've got friends and family back in LA. I'll drive back the night before to get to and I never got a call, or never got a beep or a page, not realizing that they tried calling me and didn't. Now, I know that the plan was to write the characters out of the episode anyway. Every couple of years it changes, and we understand that.
Well, you guys were the initial ones, so there was no formula to you.
Well, true. That's true.
Because you kept the same bodysuits. I mean, Mighty Morphin suits were still being used.
Yes.
The bad guys were still being used.
True. And actually, the costume I wore was the original Sentai costume. It wasn't a remake. It was the original costume.
They imported it to America.
Yes. All the original monster costumes were all brought over. The first costume to be made in the U.S. was that.
Thank you for coming. Anything you want to plug, shout out to?
One project I have that I'm working on, project with the name of The Immortal Red Fox. This is an independent. It does Tokatsu type. I actually call it Texas Hatsu because it's filmed in Texas. I met him at a convention about 7 months ago, and I have been tagged to play the head villain.
Oh, there you go.
The Dark Lord Shinigami in this show. I'll be ready to shoot hopefully the next couple of weeks once I get back home to Houston. So shout out to Matt Palmer and The Immortal Red Fox. There's already a couple episodes up on YouTube, so check that out and look for me coming to do that soon. Good news is I get to do the voice and the costume this time, so I'm happy about that.
You got a social media you want to
Yes, I do. Facebook, of course, is just Steve Andreno.
That's the artist name?
Steve for Steve, and Andreno is Andreno. My Twitter and my Instagram are both @BabuReal, REAL.
Awesome. Thank you for being on.
Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it.
More soon, guys.
Thank you guys, fans. Love you all.
Peace.